Hello, football lovers all over the world. I want to welcome you to Soccer Fans Live, and it's so great to have the football season back. I've been anticipating, I know you've been anticipating, we've all been anticipating this great moment. We've had to wait this past few months for this season, and I'm so finally glad that this football season has started. All right, my name is Victor, all right, and I'm going to be your host for this show tonight. And with me today, starting from my left, we have
Popsy.
and also we have,
Peace out.
and by my right, we have.
Engineer BP.
All right, so tonight we'll be coming together to make sure you have a great time on the show. All right, are you with me? All right, now, very quickly, we want to do a quick review about the games we had the EPL last weekend. All right, starting from, we'll be reviewing just a few games City and Wolves, Liverpool and Bournemouth, Chelsea and Crystal Palace, Man U and Arsenal, all right, and Sunderland and West Ham. So we want to go through these matches. All right, I know you have your opinion about this game, but also we'll be doing in-depth analysis. All right, we are going to be bringing everything to your doorstep. I'm telling you, you're not going to have a boring time with us. All right, are you ready? All right, for PSAM, all right, I would like to know your view. All right, what was your review about the City and the Wolves match?
All right, so it was a routine win for Man City. Of course, Wolves they already lost their star man in Konya, so they didn't replace him, so they are quite weak. So Man City in particular, the star performer in Raja, so they got from Syria. He has an eye for goal in the Syria, so he just came in and slotted right in. He had an assist and he also got a goal.
Wow.
He was instrumental for this. He's the main performer. Out of the transfers that we had this season, he was the main performer for this season. And Alan got up to a fresh start with 2 goals. So Man City had a scare at the beginning where Wolves scored 2 offside goals, but they later got into the match and this one. And Cherky, the new signing, also got a goal towards the end. So it was a routine win for this one. I believe they will keep this up, but I believe a tougher team, like a more cohesive team, will probably give them more tests going forward.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, that was a great review. And talking about Czechia, all right, and Reinders, I believe those guys, they bring, what do you think they bring to the team, to Man City?
All right, so Rangers in particular is an upgrade, or let me say, almost at the same level with Rodri. So he's like a like-for-like replacement for Rodri. He carries the ball from the back and moves it to the front very, very easily. And because of he's quite pacey, so he moves balls from box to box.
Yeah.
So he can easily carry the ball and go to the other side of the ball. Like the first goal Alan scored, he carried the ball from the midfield, drive it, and did the lofted pass for Bob, who squared play to Alan, and it was an easy tapping for Alan.
All right.
And for Cherky, though he's still coming off and he has not been starting, so he's a different alternative to the players that they are currently, because Cherky is quite direct.
Yeah, very direct.
Beautiful. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Now, going to Piopsy, by my left, what was your review about the Liverpool and Bournemouth game? What do you think happened? What was the trio, the expectation? Did they meet up to standard after their signing this season? Come on, tell us, what do you think?
See, from my side, I feel like Liverpool did not do well. Right. They did not do well in this sense, right? We expected that with the signings that they had, I think we can literally say they are the ones that won the transfer windows for right now. And it was a little bit scary at the beginning. The ticket that they bought was literally falling at every chances that he had. Right? Although yes, they won the match, but look at how they won the match. It was scary because after scoring 2 goals, Ekitike had an early goal. The early goal was even a mistake from the defenders. It was a poor defending from Bournemouth themselves. Their defense was poor that day. So what if their defense was so strong, like Crystal Palace defense? Probably you would not have been able to penetrate because it was just. But on a general note, they tried. I feel like most of their players, this is their first rematch after losing Diego Jota, and it was an emotional moment for them. So you could see that all of them were celebrating and tributing to Diego Jota. But it was a nice match from Bournemouth side, and Liverpool also. The fact that they were able to come back was really something for them. Then Chiesa scoring his first Premier League goal. He has been there for almost like more than a season now, and this is just the first time he's scoring a goal for them in the Premier League. So it's really a good one for them. But overall, I think Liverpool still need to work. Salah was off. And the goal that he even scored
cost of
was
Egypt.
still the goal he scored was still even because of a poor defending
Yeah,
from their
defensive
defender.
error. Yeah.
You understand? The only one that I could say scored a better goal was this guy, Gakpo.
Yeah.
It was a nice
Yeah.
gameplay from Eketike to him, and he was able to just
Right.
place in. But the fact that they were shaky, right? And another thing that I noticed in that match is that over time you've seen that the defense line of Liverpool is poor. So if you look at how Semedo was able to penetrate that defense twice, look at how Van Dijk was, the way he was marking. Konate was there, you are marking like that. It's so poor from them. They need to really work on their defense from my side. But overall, at least they tried.
Yeah, I think they showed character in the sense that as the league leaders, right, they were able to come back. They just knew how to win.
They knew how to win, but
They knew how to win.
it was a risk. Look at the fact that Endo was brought in to come and play too. When you have someone like Gomez on the bench, now you have to restructure to cover up for the error. That was a very poor one from Slot.
Well, I think missing Gravenberg is a huge thing for them in the midfield.
All right.
He's been suspended for the match.
Yes, you're
so
right.
they paired up McAllister and Szoboszlai in the midfield. So it opened up their midfield. There
But
were holes in it.
Szoboszlai is right.
Yeah,
He tried.
Yeah, he actually had a
good
very
job.
good performance. But
Yes.
to be honest, I believe that Areola should have done better because having the opportunity to equalize Liverpool should give you a sense. I think
Exactly.
one of the issue that they had was that they believe they've equaled Liverpool at that point. And at that point, Liverpool is a big team. You just started building last season, though we've known Bournemouth to be a very good team over the years. But they had a very good performance throughout last season. So maybe that was what gave them that confidence. Because, for Arne Slot to have done that mistake, moving both the wing backs, Kekes and what's it called? Frimpong. That was a serious mistake from Arne Slot.
Yeah.
So when he had that second goal, he would have sit back and not try to counter Liverpool. Maybe that would have been a better option for
Removing
them.
Freeman was out of injury because I later saw that it was hamstring.
Okay, maybe I need
But
to-
the thing is this, I think Areola also forgot the fact that Liverpool is a very strong attacking team.
Yeah.
They have that counter attack from Salah, even though Salah was not really playing that much, but still a threat to them.
And that's what makes Salah dangerous in terms of even in the days when he's off,
he can
he
see
just
great
needs
chances.
a chance.
Yes.
He can create
At that
chances.
moment,
Correct? He just needs a chance.
He's
Yeah.
a world-class player.
That's
That's what you get from a world-class
Yeah, so
player.
you can't take that from him. Even on his body, like Ferguson would say, quality is permanent, right? Form is temporal.
Yes,
get that.
So
form is
he may
temporal,
not
quality
be
is
on form,
permanent, yes.
but he has the quality. All right, beautiful analysis. Thank you, POC. Now going to Chelsea, Crystal Palace. I have Engineer Goodby here with me, and I know he's going to give us in-depth analysis. Engineer Goodby, let's hear your point of view.
Of course, it was a very disappointing performance, to be honest. But I would still give it to Crystal Palace because over the past couple of games, Crystal Palace has been a very good team. We saw what happened towards the end of last season. They snapped away FA Cup from Manchester City, beginning of the season. That was just a week ago. They also won Liverpool through penalty shootout. And when you look at the Crystal Palace team itself, Eze is worth about 80 million. So Guel is a 60 million pounds defender. So when you look at that team, I'm not talking about the price at which they use in getting the teams together. But if you look at the worth of the squad now, it's actually expensive if they want to sell those players. So Crystal Palace is a very good thing. Yes. And when you look at what actually happened, so Chelsea player looked so lethargic, they looked so tired in that game. But to be honest, I still have to give the kudos to Crystal Palace because they didn't attack the way they did against Liverpool. They played a kind of a low block, tactics, and yes, and it really affected Chelsea team. The likes of João Pedro was not able, to penetrate.
Yeah.
The passes was not even coming through to João Pedro, so it was just
Even Enzo was off.
Yes, Enzo was off, and I think we really missed Colwill, to be honest, because when you look at the way Colwill has been playing with the Chelsea midfield, Colwill is like the build-up play. He starts the build-up play from the back and move the ball to the midfield. There are times that we need to take that risk. Colwill takes that risk to put in the pass to probably Enzo or Caicedo to just move the ball. But you look at Chalobah and the likes of Achimba. Achimba had a very good game.
Yeah,
he was the player of the match. He was voted the player of the match. But we felt the absence of Cowell. Cowell is a leader, even in the dressing room and on the pitch, is a leader. So we felt that absence. But it was a good game for Chelsea because, like I said, Crystal Palace is a very, very good team. I don't see too many teams or too many big teams beating Crystal Palace this season if they still have those two guys, Eze and Goe.
All right. Now, I would like to ask this. Where did you think Chelsea missed it? Because is it the defense? Is it the midfield? Is it the attack? So where do you think the game was won and lost?
All right. I want to believe that aside missing Cowell, I was suggesting personally, if I was Enzo Maresca, as at that time that the match was played, I was actually expecting this guy to, come in and replace Gittins, Santos. Because if you look at Chelsea's game all through last season, Chelsea thrived better when they used double four. The likes of Caicedo and Lavia. Against Liverpool, man, we had Caicedo and Lavia. We dominated the midfield. If you look at some of those big games that Chelsea has actually dominated, it's because we had those two guys. Even in the Club World Cup final against PSG, we had the likes of Reece James and Caicedo. Just imagine we had only Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Palmer in the midfield. That would have been a disastrous game against PSG. But because we had these two guys, they were able to, form a kind of a blocking system, not to allow PSG to form that triangle. So if you had when Maresca started with only Caicedo and Enzo, maybe at a point, if you had brought in Santos for Gittins, so we have Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo will move forward to play as the 10. Then we'll move Palmer to the flanks. One thing Palmer can do is that Palmer can create space easily.
Yeah.
It was so difficult for him to create that space because of how Crystal Palace, mounted their, midfield. Okay. But if you had come to that side, you would have been able to create more space. And at a point, you can now sub out maybe Pedro, Neto, because Neto was not really effective, not until he went to that other side, and bring in some of those players that came in.
Beautiful. Wow. That was a great analysis. Now, we want to move quickly to the Man U and Arsenal game. I know you've been waiting for the Man U and Arsenal game, right? We are going right there. So right there, I'm going to hear from PFC, then I'll go to P-Sam. Of course, P-Sam is a Man U fan. He's going of course. So, but I want to hear from a neutral, all right? Yeah. So, PFC, what did you think about the Man U and Arsenal game?
I'll give it to Man U, right? Man U did exceptionally well. When you have the likes of Konya, Mbemo, then Bruno, the fact that Mason Mount was used like a first nine, I think that was the time Konya had to become the first nine there, was really an awesome one because you have strong attacking mindset player. Now, and if you look at throughout the match, the only goal that was scored by Calafiori was even something that, in my own opinion, should have been disqualified. Okay. Because there was too much of a push towards the keeper, right? And I believe that there is a need for the keepers to be protected, which was not done, right? And after that goal, Arsenal was usually sweating from beginning to the end. Cunha was so exceptional, cutting between the lines.
But I think the Premier League rule,
yes, as allowed.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I feel, in my own opinion, that rule shouldn't stand. Because it's not a good thing to obstruct the goalkeeper. If you can we are using VAR at the moment, to cancel some goals. I think obstructing the goalkeeper should be a serious offense.
Well, even if the goalkeeper was obstructed, the goalkeeper at that point, I believe he had the chance to use the right hand. He chose to use the left.
It's poor goalkeeping, actually.
You
need to be more commanding than that.
Yeah.
Even though it's a foul, but you need to be more commanding than that. A standard goalkeeper won't allow that ball.
I think Raya did. There was a particular one. Raya did something like that. In that same match.
And he used the left hand to push Konya away and use the right hand to punch
the ball.
You should have done the same. It's poor goalkeeping. It's a fault on the Man U board not to get a standard goalkeeper. Yes. Both Onana and what's the other guy said? Yeah, they are both average goalkeepers.
They are both baskets.
I'm even happy with the fact that Onana is not even in this.
So they have nobody to blame.
Yes.
You can't blame Onana.
Onana is not that the goalkeeper. Onana is when he was trained up. the technique he was trained up with was not good. He does not have correct palm movements. You don't palm ball into danger zone.
Yeah.
It's from basic, you will learn it as a goalkeeper. Onana is just his technique that is very, very bad. And it's not commanding enough.
Okay.
So as a goalkeeper, you need to. Then in the match, I'm still going to give it to. No, people are saying Arsenal not play well. That's how you win leagues.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You grind out results.
Yes, but Arsenal is the butler.
Yes, everybody knows that.
Listen, let me say
They are- they are butlers.
I know you are going to say Arsenal did well. Yes, but look at this now. Apart from Odegaard in that squad yesterday,
Yes, they didn't play well.
Saka was.
No.
Saka was as if he was not on the. Look at Madueke. I'm happy I gave him Madueke.
No.
That was a cross I gave it to Madueke. And the way he won, I was like, oh, thank you. Just stay there like that.
We always help them.
Now,
Please don't forget their
No,
best
we-
new striker.
We are good people. We always
Now, we'll
bless
come back.
them with
We'll come
our
back to
waste
him. We'll come back to him. He's sporting man. We'll come back to him.
I said we always bless Arsenal with
Now,
our waste
I don't know how Chelsea does this every season. How they deliver their waste product directly to Arsenal. And Arsenal, how do you keep selling wasted to your neighbors in London?
Arsenal need to experience glory, and they see that Chelsea produce.
You know,
Come
you
on,
know,
glory.
Mad-
So,
Mad-
it's too
Mad-
much. You just want to pile it up.
Madueke is a conference league
Madrid,
winner.
come on. Well, to be fair.
Jorginho was a Champions League winner.
They got- yes,
the
exactly.
The players is not
Fair
usual.
enough.
It's
Yes.
the amount they pay. Everybody pays for
I-
Chelsea. I don't
I don't know how
Why
Chelsea
we
does
man you can give Chelsea 50 million for Mount?
I don't know.
How?
Did you know a German yesterday?
Which words? That's the first time I saw a Man U player.
Now, I know this game was going to cause an uproar among people now, but there's something about towards the end of the game, there are some decisions that we felt like should have gone opposite the way it went, right? So, POPC, in your own opinion, what do you think those decisions would have been?
Okay, I
That was the
think
penalty shout, have you?
Yes, penalty shot. So let's hear from POPC, then we'll hear from PSAM, and then we'll go to the next game.
now the thing is, I will share with you. As at that time, right before it was like I watched it over again, I first thought that it was Cunha trying to pretend, but after watching it over and over again, it was a clear penalty. Although even before that moment, the ref was already showing some signs of poor officiating.
Okay.
So at that particular point, the VAR. Now, what was the VAR doing at that particular point? You review the ball and you are claiming. I don't want to say they are claiming there's no contact because there is obviously a contact. So which rule? I never know the rule where the football way talk say me they know.
You know, Premier League officiating is they are not consistent.
It's awful.
Gabriel missed the ball, and there was a contact. So it's a clear penalty.
It's a clear penalty.
Clear penalty.
So we can say you were robbed.
Man, you were wrong.
Really
At
wrong.
Old
Man, you were
Trafford.
robbed. They robbed them in their house.
They nearly killed Arsenal.
When you see it in Arsenal, they are just leaving their name. Arsenal means arm, so they came with arm to
Arsenal
rob.
will still win the league, don't worry.
They are my pick.
They're my pick. Arsenal will still win the league.
22 years and still
All right, so
Winnership.
let's see. All right, so let's go to Sunderland and West Ham. Beautiful game from Sunderland. I think these guys are just coming from the relegation.
Yes.
And they are not showing us that they are relegation side. Pisam, what do you think
All right,
about
so
the game?
Sunderland did. They showed us how to survive in Premier League because normally Premier League is becoming like a super league they want to create. The top teams have all the money they can buy and buy.
Yeah.
So when you come on top, you just go back down. It has happened for like 2 seasons like this. Once you come up, you are going back down. So to survive, you pick as much as possible from all those Premier League teams. You pick players and you stuff enough of them into your team.
All right.
So Sunderland made a very, very interesting transfer. They got Shaka. Shaka is an
Yes.
experienced
Yes,
veteran.
Very experienced.
That's very, and they made him the club captain, the team captain, almost immediately. And they have bought Adingra from
Brighton.
Brighton, yeah.
Adingra is a very talented player.
That's true.
And
Raw talent.
they broke their club transfer record by buying Diarra from I think I've forgotten the club. That's my record. The guy looks fantastic. And he's physical in the midfield.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what they did.
Beautiful.
They cut West Ham. In short, they gave West Ham the shock of their life.
And when
West
West
Ham
Ham
lost
lost
Kudus.
Kudus, yeah.
So there was no attacking this thing. And I still
Attacking
believe
threat was
Potter
not
will
there.
probably get sacked again.
They are having a lot of issues. Looking at what
Yeah.
this Brazilian is about to leave. He lost his form last season what's this?
Paqueta.
Paqueta.
Paqueta, yeah.
Lost
Yeah,
it from
no,
last
they
season.
confirmed he's not leaving. I think I read the news recently saying
But yeah, he has lost his.
he has lost it. He had challenges because this his betting issue. He
Yes.
was having a case, but
Yes.
now he has been cleared off
All right.
all charges. So I think
Okay.
he's going to pick up. But one of the things that I really applaud Sunderland for was that it's been a very long. It's been years, more than 10 years, if I could guess rightly, that a Premier League team coming from Premier League team will win their first match.
Which is
Like,
win
coming
championship,
from
championship.
championship, winning three goals.
And the goals were
Keeping it
fantastic.
clean.
Fantastic. I was watching the goals. I was like, no, these people are.
Their defender Ballard, he has been impressive in championship.
Yeah, they,
He started
no.
again.
It was-
So that means Sunderland are a team to look out for.
Yes.
This
Yes.
season.
Is the Ballard? Is he a young player?
No. He's an experienced defender.
Oh, we need a young player so that we can start.
The robbers of Premier League.
we are not robbers, so we just go for
They
raw
They
talent.
buy
talent.
everything.